questions to ask throughout a campaign with the confidence rising. I told WDF don't switch, good times are coming on even deep diving. Fan cams, reactions, watch along, still the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South, they flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Good evening. Hope you're well. Thank you, Man City. You've done one of the jobs. Next stop, Man United. Need to stay above Chelsea. This is the Fulham match reaction.
Rich, you just muted yourself mid-sentence.
Yeah, said that I lost mic connection. Probably checked my mic.
No, you're gone again. I'm sure that he asked me how I was doing, and I'm doing absolutely fine. I just had a scrap. I won, obviously, but you're talking about Man City doing a job. Nah, West Ham should have done the job today. Leeds should have done the job today. Actually, why are they not winning? Went 1-0 up. If they kept that win, Everton are in a heap of trouble. But they may have just kept Everton in this Premier League, and that's something that I'm sure every fan in the Premier League doesn't want to see next season. Oh, is he back?
Right, hold on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Basically, I've got to not move around too much. There's this tangling of wires which I need to go out. But yeah, sorry. I was saying, City have done their part of the job. Hopefully, Man United can do their job on Thursday, which will keep us above Chelsea in the league going into the final game of the season. Yeah, I overheard you talking about Leeds failing to win. It's so mad. The only way I see Everton going down now potentially is if Leicester do a madness.
But they won't.
Yeah, can't see it happening. Can't see it happening. But yeah, let's break down this game. This may not be a long one, guys. By the way, it looked like it was an amazing. Like the fans were out and about on their boats and stuff. Funny enough, Steph took me out for like an early birthday lunch in Putney, so the traffic was mad. But where we went to eat, there's loads of Palace fans there, just having a good time and stuff. So that was good to see. It made me think, oh man, look how close I am to this stadium. Can't go. But let me get this out of the way now. Actually, match of the day, yeah.
Huh?
Match of the day, you frauds. I mean, we've kind of come accustomed to the fact that we're always lost, no matter what type of game it is. Crystal Palace are lost the match of the day.
Yeah, it goes without saying.
You know, it goes without saying. Cool, whatever. But in this game, there were 4 goals. 4 goals, right? 2 of which, I think, from our end, both our goals had significance. The goal that we scored, Edouard's goal, incredible goal. Like, why is it not being spoken about? In fact, a late contender for goal of the season, by the way. Just put that in the running. Don't think you'll win it. We'll just stick it in there anyway. And then Wardy hasn't scored in 4 years. And they don't want to discuss that. I'm talking more so the pundits. Because obviously the pundits literally spent, 5 minutes? Talk about Mitrovic. Like the disrespect. Anyway, that's my rant over. I don't know if you want to say anything on that as well.
I would just say that this is one of the reasons why I don't watch Match of the Day. This is why I just watch the highlights of every game, because one, you get through every single game so much faster than going through that show. Because if you watch that show on a good day, you're sitting there for an hour and a half. However, if you just watch through the 3-minute highlights, you'll probably be sat there for 15 minutes max. And also, you don't have to hear the pundits talk nonsense. I think, really, I don't think there's any of the pundits that are on there right now that I actually value their opinion because they're all just stuck up. They know nothing about anyone other than the big six. People say, "Oh, Ian Wright this, Ian Wright that," but no, he's purely Arsenal fan. He don't care about us at all. For example, when it was us versus Arsenal, and we lost 4-1, and it was McCarthy's first Premier League game. Vieira had just been sacked. They literally, Ian Wright was the one doing it. He just he spoke about Arsenal for like 15 minutes. Said, "Oh, Vieira got sacked. Tough job. Move on." Like, hang on. We scored in this game. You know that we had a good run of play. When we had the ball under McCarthy, was actually playing some really good football. But they just labelled it as Arsenal's complete domination. You're thinking, well, this is just lazy pundits. They don't know what they're talking about. And, it's just a bit annoying, really, because they don't care about anyone other than the big six. If you're not getting relegated and you're not winning the Champions League or you're not winning the Premier League, they don't really care. Even Brighton have secured European football today. Like it's a killer to hear it for a fan like us.
Yeah.
But that should be like front page news. A team like Brighton getting Europa League football is crazy, and no one's speaking about it at all. Everyone's just constantly on this Arsenal bottle job. Like, come on, man, these guys have done a madness this season. They deserve their praise. Fulham deserve their praise. Coming up and getting top 10 first season and doing it comfortably as well.
It's a great achievement. Yeah, I mean, I know Fabrizio's tweeted about Brighton and such, and can I say something on this? Like, I'm not happy that they got Europe. Just obviously on a fan basis.
I'm not happy. As I said, I'm not happy about it at all. But it should be more well-known news. It really should be.
But what I do hope this does is give a board a kick up the backside, because we've been kind of like living on we've been in the league longer than you sort of vibe, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Listen, in the space of 3 years, I think they've managed to get themselves to Europe. Like, we're behind. Like, we need to buckle up our ideas, 100%. And they're gonna have some amazing nights out, I'm sure. Hopefully, they'll finally fill up the annex. But like, banter aside, we're behind again. Like, even further now. The board's got to just do a lot more. We've got to get the recruitment right. We've got to get the managerial decision right, and look to push. We have to make a push, not stand still.
I would just say that it's probably not. I know that we are behind, but it's a process that Brighton have been doing for a few years. If we start that same or a similar process now, we're still going to be 3 years, if not even further behind, because they started doing this whole thing the second Chris Hughton got sacked. The second he was gone. How long ago was that? 3 years ago, I believe.
Yeah, 3 to 4 years ago. Yeah.
So they've been already at this for 3 years. So we're 3 years behind, and probably a bit further behind, because our board isn't Brighton's or Brentford's board, so they don't know how this whole Moneyball thing works. So it's probably going to take a few extra years to work it out. So we are so far behind, and we're going to have to do something special next season. And the way you do that is you either get a really, really good manager, someone that you think, how the hell did Crystal Palace get him? And you give him the backing. You back him, you get him to have the players he wants, and then that's the easy way to catch up. But it's going to cost a lot of money.
100%. And last bit on them, because I don't really want to be putting too much praise on them. You look at the fact that they lost Potter, they brought in De Zerbi, they lost like Cucurella and all this, like, for big money, brought in replacements, they lost Basuma as well, and they look better. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, we've got work to do. But yeah, yesterday's game. Now, it was a weird one, because I think we started very slowly. We slowly got into the game, and let's go straight into Eddie's goal. Now, this, like I said, this may not be a long stream, guys, because there's not much to say. But Eddie's goal, Joe Ward breaks out with the ball, passes it to Eze, and Eze, the knack he has, he does it all the time. He just drops the shoulder, and then he's gone. But I had to tweet this out yesterday. After I've looked at Edwards' goal, for what a finish with his left foot, I looked at it again, and to see where he started sprinting from, I didn't have to say, listen, fair play to him. He's sprinted about 80 yards.
Just outside the box, he started running.
So you're looking about 80 to 90 yards. He's sprinted. And I'm not talking jog, because we've seen him jog. He was sprint. He looked rapid. Great through ball from Ebbs. And then the composure to just, on his weaker foot, to smash it top bins. Incredible. What's your take on the goal?
I think that I'll touch on a little bit of play before the goal. It came from their corner, which is something that we never do. We never break away fast like how we did. Even before the corner, we had a few chances. We were playing a very rough game. I think that we committed so many fouls. It wasn't a very free flowing game. It was very stop start. Anderson claimed his second broken nose of 2 weeks, which is good to see. He's getting them stats up. But yeah, it was a very crap game. Fulham were on top. We were behind. They were doing what they needed to do. They should have scored a few times. Mitrovic looked dangerous, but conceded that corner. Wardy done well. Eze to drop the shoulder, and also the composure on the pass as well. It was perfectly weighted. Eddie, credit to him, put the burns on, got going, made the right run. Eze found him. Good composure. I think he is left-footed. I don't think
it might be the case.
I think he is left-footed.
No, he generally is right-footed. He just scores his goal with his left foot.
Oh, well, yeah. Good goal, man. It was a very similar goal to how Zaha scored against Brighton a few years ago, where he sort of dropped the shoulder and just smashed it top near post. And Eddie replicated that, and also to have the composure and the accuracy on the shot after you just made a really long sprint like that. There's quality there. And I think what's his name? Tampa Palace, the guy that's been popping up lately in Palace Twitter with all his stats and stuff. If you look at Eddie's stats, whenever he starts, he's got a goal contribution every 0.4 games. And that puts him with Ollie Watkins and Mitrovic and people like that when it comes to scoring rate. So is it a thing of he is a good striker, you just need to trust him to start?
You know what? So someone else made I can't remember who it is, so apologies. This was off Twitter as well. And they made the point that, listen, we're trying to make Eddie drop deep and collect the ball. We should just focus on having him in the 18-yard box. Because it's clear his finishing's decent. And we've always known his finishing's decent. He's just not taken many shots because maybe he's not in a position to do so.
I think also the fact that he can actually dribble with the ball as well. He can actually make a chance for himself, which is something we haven't seen from a Palace striker in a really long time. Like Benteke couldn't do it, Mateta couldn't do it, but Eddie can actually dribble the ball. Like he can actually play on the wing as well if needed. But it's just we need to play to his strengths. I think Roy knows his strength, but for him to help out the rest of the team, he probably needs to play in that coming deeper, because he knows he could probably get more out of Eze and Elise rather than Eddie. That's probably what my take is on it.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll take up some comments in a minute, then we'll talk about the downside, because one particular player has come up for a lot of criticism, and I would say rightfully so. He had a mare. Listen, so we'll talk about that, and then we'll finish off on Wardy. Player ratings, everyone can just go 6 or 7. It's just one of those games where it's just like, there weren't really any standouts. I'd say
No.
so. But yeah, JC, take us through some comments, please.
Chairman says big up. Louis says evening. Kevin says no match of the day down here.
It's a
Martin
good thing.
says match of the day really stands for Muppets on the down low.
I like that.
Hi guys, I'll be there later for the call-ins. It's weird not having any league matches for the next couple of months. Just edited a non-league cup final, but well-deserved Palace point. Yeah, it's a good deserved point. That's all to say about it, really. I think the biggest win is that I got 3 points on the predictions league.
Just on that, Al. No, for this one, we're not gonna have a call in because I think like after we got a lot of planning to do. Next week's gonna be crazy. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, potentially looking at having content for those 4 days, and then the weekend's mad in itself. Having a kickabout and stuff, and then going gravity in the evening and stuff. So even that, we're looking to like just cover that as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on. So there won't be a call in today, unfortunately. And so, but big up Louis and big up Chris Welch, who's just joined the chat. Oh, the what? CEO of Charity. Yo, Nate. You know when Nate has to try that something's up. Come on, talk to us, Nate.
No, I was just gonna say yesterday was actually an okay performance. I know a certain someone in a certain group chat was doing his usual, but you know, if you actually look at the way the game panned out, a draw was a fair result. JC said as much in our group chat. So I won't lie, Mitchell had a mare, and boy, the left back issue needs to be sorted in the summer. But if you'd have offered me a point before kickoff, considering how we played against them under Vieira at Selhurst, yeah, I'd have bitten your hand off. But no, look, it was just weird. It was like, wait, Joel Ward scored the goal. Am I seeing this right, or how much have I had to drink yet? Because it's been years since he scored. But fair play, the lad's got a point. You know, obviously, it's unfortunate that lot down the South Coast got Europe, but you can't knock them for it because, let's be fair, if that was us, we'd be gassed. So, but yeah, man, 2-2. What can you say? Hey, we didn't lose. We didn't lose.
Yeah, and that's the thing, the positive you got if they take out from it. But let's talk Mitchell. 2 clumsy challenges, by the way, which have led to both goals. Now, don't get me wrong. We need to look at our defending for that free kick as well, but we'll come to that in a minute. The first one, the penalty. Like, what's he doing? He's just got to stand up. And then he's dived in. He was never getting there.
Wilson's touch was dead anyway, so Wilson weren't going anywhere. But he just thought, yo, that's my guy. I'm going to go give him a hug. And then
take him out.
But it wasn't even like he took him out. He two-footed him. I'm surprised he didn't get a yellow as well as a penalty, if I'm really honest.
It was just you. And you know what it was? Like, it was right before halftime as well.
Oh, the ball went in the net at 48 minutes, and there was only 1 minute of extra time. Thinking, oh man,
literally, like it's so frustrating because
I think the commentator said it perfectly. He said that all game he's been so clumsy, and he just was like every tackle he went for, he missed. Every time he should have shepherded the ball out, he kicked it out. He booted it out of play. Whenever he should have passed it, he tried to like cross it up front, and you're thinking, bruv, what are you doing?
Do you think he felt under pressure because we actually had another left back on the bench?
No, I don't think so, because I think he knew full well that Teo's got a cup final in 2 days. I highly doubt he's going to get any Premier League minutes. Same thing with the youth team guys that were on the bench. They ain't playing because they've got a cup final on Tuesday, so he's not going to risk them.
Yeah,
but I think that I think it's just that thing of Mitchell's just so comfortable because he knows he's the only guy in that position, and I feel like a broken record. But boy, how we've needed a backup left back for 3 years now. Ever since Patrick Van Arnold left, we needed a backup to Mitchell, and guess what? We still haven't got one. Thought Teo was going to be it, but he got sent back from
we ain't covered the
Coventry.
right back position either
Bro.
in 5 years. So.
Okay, Crystal Palace when it comes to right backs, yeah. So you get Joel Ward, so you have Nathaniel Klein, you get Wardy to replace Klein, and you think, Wardy's going down a bit, he's injured, so you get Aaron Wan-Bissaka to replace Wardy. Wan-Bissaka goes, you get Klein to replace Wan-Bissaka, and you're thinking, oh no, Klein is going a bit downhill, so guess what? We'll put Wardy back in, bro. It's just a rotation. It really wouldn't surprise me if we get Wan-Bissaka on loan next season, and then we just start the cycle again. It's outrageous.
It's just sentiment FC, like.
Yeah, and also our chairman's got a very famous tweet. I don't know what the obsession with Palace fans is with ex-players, bro. What's your obsession with ex-players? Come on, man.
No, I mean, you only need to look at like what he said, what he was saying on the overlap when he was on that, and you're just thinking.
That's a great watch, by the way.
Yeah, I highly recommend people check it out. But I was just thinking in my head, okay, so the academy is quite clearly meant to be a stage thing where we're not going to see great players break through straight away. But there is a part of me that's thinking, well, we don't spend money, or if we do, it's literally to put out fires in the squad. So realistically, would it not be prudent to try and promote some youngsters, whether or not they're world class or even Premier League class, remains to be seen. But take the gamble and play some kids and see can the kids rotate with Mitchell. So if we have to play Teo next season, I'm not saying he's ready. I don't think he's ready at all. But my thing is, we saw a glimpse of Caden Rodney too young when he played at Oxford. You guys were there. You guys saw he was way off the pace, far too young.
By the way, in centre mid, he can ball though.
Yeah,
he was decent in centre mid.
But we're stacked in centre mid at youth level.
Yeah, we are.
There's Finn Mooney, Wells Morrison, Ozo. There's who else is there? Omalabu. There's a number of players in centre mid where you're like, if we did sell some players, we might have some options through the academy if they're given the chance to prove themselves. But you know what it's like. But the left back issue has been there for time, as JC said, and the right back issue is just laughable because it's like, okay, we let Klein go on a free and go to Southampton and got compensation for him. Brought in Ward for 400 grand, and ever since then it's just been going in circles.
100%. And just quickly going back onto the Mitchell situation, like the second goal that Fulham scored. Now we're going to break down their free kick as well, but it's a throw-in which you know is going to be passed back to the thrower. Why has he gone into the back of him? Pause, just in case. Like you just got to stand. Like it's just a silly challenge. Now, granted, yeah, we conceded a similar goal to Leeds at Elland Road, where the striker runs from back post to front post. We have a massive problem
defending set pieces.
Yeah, and defending the front post as well. A massive issue. JC, thoughts on that?
It's just a big problem, isn't it? We've had this problem with Vieira even before Roy Hodgson came in, and I don't know what it is with set pieces. I think we don't actually have that many tall guys in the field. Normally, your DM is about 6'3", but ours is barely 6 foot in Decore. Mark isn't the tallest guy in the world, to be fair. So what? We've got him and Edouard are probably the only two players over 6 foot in our whole squad. So I'm not saying it's got to be a height thing because I'm pretty sure that Man City haven't got the tallest players in the world, especially when they play Alvarez instead of Haaland. But, it's something that we've got to work out. We've got to have a lot more training done in the training field for set pieces because it's just getting a bit outrageous at this point, if you ask me.
Why did you say that?
It's outrageous, isn't it?
No, that's mad. That is mad.
I don't know if Nate's seen it yet, but that is
it's the gift that keeps on giving, boy. I tell you that. Hold on 1 second. Let me check it in the GC, mate, just in case you ain't seen it. That.
Yeah, Nate.
I'm gonna put that.
Nate,
What
look what I just
the
sent you
hell?
on.
Hey, what is going on with this, man? Honestly, why is Palace Twitter just so like a soap opera? It's mad.
All right. Palace Twitter this week has been mad.
Bruv. From the Colosseum to allegations, this is crazy.
It's peak. And it's not just one, there's 4 counts. There's 4 counts.
And the leaks, oh man, it's outrageous.
Yeah, people pulled up receipts quick. It's long. It's long. This is why we try not to get 20p.
Hey, no, that second one you sent, JC, like, what is that guy doing? Oh, Lord. It's
I
just
don't
so
know.
embarrassing.
Ugh.
Boys, I'm a level with you. Like, it's hard to look at this season any other way and say, why didn't we kick on? Why did we not try and sign more players in the summer in particular, where even if we had to stretch the budget and maybe sign a player from the championship for 2-3 million, at least it's cover for key positions. But no, we decided to start the season with 1 left back and 2 right backs over the age of 30. Yeah. We brought in Shet Decore and had him basically be a one-man midfield covering 3 positions until we realized, oh, wait a minute. If you give Shot a free license in midfield, they can actually play in midfield. Who would have thought? Oh, my God. How did we not know this before? I only hope to God that if it is Roy for another year, I won't lie and say that's my preferred option, because I think he should just be the short-term option until after the Forest game next Sunday. But we need to, like, Parish kind of did Harrison Blitzer a bit of a solid bit of PR saying, oh, you know, these guys care. Steve, we're not idiots. We're not. We can see right through these guys. But this window is vital because it's 10 years since we won promotion next Saturday. And I don't want to be in that bracket of, oh, we had 10 years in the Premier League and then down the divisions. So, but I'm just worried because you look at the holes in the squad we have to cover now. It's going to go a bit left. Oh no.
That's mad.
That's outrageous. All right, let's talk about I talked about Mitchell's stupidness both times. Let's talk about our second goal, because I think that's the last bit of good that we can talk about in this stream. Elise whips in a good ball, comes off Robinson. Very lucky for Ward to be in the right place at the right time. He has 2 goes at it because he hits it straight at the keeper first time, and then very lucky to finish it off in the end. But, you know, I'm happy for him, man. First goal in how many years? 4 years. Mate, what a way to score, probably on his last year of his Crystal Palace contract, and what a way to end off his career, really.
He's guaranteed a testimonial, though, I think, because he's played for us for over 10 years. So I think he's guaranteed a testimonial at the end of the season.
Yeah, no, he's probably not going to be. I hope that he's not going to be our starting right back next season.
I don't think so, because if you look at it, both Ward and Klein are out of contract in the summer, and there's been
one of them will get. Okay, here's a question for you guys. So we're probably going to get. Well, I'm hoping we get one more right back or starting right back. If you could sign one of them up again for next season to be a backup, would it be Wardy or Klein?
Wardy under Roy has proved to me that he's proved to be the better right back for me personally. His ability he's doing both sides of the game, which is good. He's getting a lot further forward. And I think I think he's only had one. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's had one bad game since Roy's come in. I'm trying to think what there was one game he was getting cooked. Was it Leicester? Leicester at home, I think it might have been, where he struggled.
He
was it the
struggled
Everton?
the second Pereira came on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I personally would prefer Ward over Klein because Klein's injuries have really racked up this season. Now, Ward's by no means a spring chicken himself, but ideally, we'd let both of them go and try and really start afresh. Now, granted, that's not easy and it's not a given that we'll do that, but we're in a position now where we have to start making more risky signings that may or may not work out, because reality is if we go with the same thing that's tried and tested all the time, that's not progression. And I'm not asking us to do Moneyball signings, but you know where I'm going with this. If we bring in, if we somehow can pull it off now with Sacha Bowie, even though he's definitely not coming here because the Vieira pull is no longer a factor, but someone like that, or a pacey right back from the Championship, that's perfect because we need pace at right back. We even need pace at left back even. And you can clearly see that we've gambled on, we just hope Mitchell doesn't get injured, so then we've got no left back. And when he did get injured and then he got suspended in the Fulham game, you're thinking, oh, right, yeah, we might need another fullback. But there's a number of players that need to just, thankfully they're at the end of their contract, so we need to hope that if we do get some renewals, it's 1 year contracts minimum for anyone over 30.
Definitely.
yeah. And regarding transfers, obviously JC will get Transfer Weekly back up and running.
Yeah, the first
Soon.
episode will definitely be more of a manager report, because I think that's the main focus for us before we even look at signings. We just know who the manager's going to be.
100%. 100%. But yeah, listen, it's a respectable draw, to be fair. Very respectable draw.
Mm-hmm.
We're still above Chelsea in the league, you know.
We just need the two Uniteds to do us a favour here. Just pattern them. Just pattern them. That's all we ask.
Just please. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, obviously, we wanted a double whammy in having obviously Everton suffering. Listen, if Everton survive, I won't be too mad because it's Dash. But that Lampard connection is just, I'm still triggered.
I'm still
Lucky
peed
goal.
off. I'm still peed off at that game last season and the game at Goodison this season because I'm like, how are we getting slapped by these lot? They're terrible. Now on the day they were better than us. That's not remotely a shade at Ever, but you're looking at it going, are we just stupid at Goodison Park and Tottenham because we never win at either of these grounds? And that Tottenham game, I was just thinking, the only team not to score at Tottenham Hotspur this season, why doesn't it shock me it's us? Near enough, every other team has scored at that stadium but us. It's like, oh, would you look at that?
It's typical. But yeah, I guess we'll call it at that, actually. We'll call it at that. I guess the only thing we can do now is just obviously keep you updated as to this week. A lot going on. Tuesday, the under-21s International Cup final against PSV, who have just been battering everyone they play. So it's kind of like we wish our boys all the best with that one.
Do you know why they've been battering people? Because they're a separate team to PSV. They're called Young PSV, and they play in the second division of Dutch football.
Oh, swear.
Yeah, so they're a youth team that play in the youth competitions, but they actually play in the men's league, the second division of Dutch football.
So established then, yeah.
And they're like solid mid-table as well. So it's not even like they're scraping it; like they're solid mid-table.
Fair play to them. Wednesday we got the Palace Awards evening, so myself and Nicky should be down there for that. Obviously find out who gets like player of the season, goal of the season, etc., stuff like that. Thursday, it's our first fan watch along. It's just a new concept that we're going to trial out. Maybe do like some of the big games next year. So we've confirmed we've got Nippon and OTC represented Chelsea. There are a few United fans who have said that they look to do it, but we're just going to wait to see which two will do it. If we get 3 Chelsea fans, we'll add a third Man United fan, and we're just gonna sit there with the what? I'm just sitting with the popcorn whilst they eye each other's throats, hopefully, and stuff. So that should be a good laugh on Thursday. Friday, we have the Forest preview. Wolfie from Forest Fan TV should be with us for that. And then Saturday. Saturday, not only are we going to have a bit of fun having a kickabout, but 3 p.m. Make sure you're tuned in live because Nicky will be having his one chip challenge. I can't wait, especially since I know what it feels like. I cannot wait. That day is going to be incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think everybody just wants to see how the predictions league ended because it was kind of mad for Dan this week.
Is it mathematical that Nicky's doing the chip now? It's got to be, right?
Listen, I've already preempted that.
There's no way he could catch up the deficit.
The points. Let me see if I've got the scores. Still
no, but I'm sitting here saying, so if he gets 3 points and then none of us get any points, can he still overtake any of us?
He is.
Is this the updated one or is this not?
This is the one before this weekend, by the way.
Oh, so I've overtaken Dan. Yes.
No, yeah. Wait, I haven't calculated. I haven't calculated anything just yet.
Yeah, I know. So I'm saying that I've calculated. I got 8 points.
Oh snap! All right, fair enough.
So I'm 1 in front of Dan now. So it's a race for third.
So let's just say going off this way, 183. So that's 17, 23 points. No, it's not even. It's even more than that. Sorry, no, because he has to catch you, JC. He ain't doing that.
He's mathematically lost.
Yeah.
No, I mean he would have to get every score line correct. He would have to get 60 points and then pray.
Well, let's see what he does.
No, you see that last week? I needed that. I was just thinking, oh, wait a minute.
No, but speaking of, I know we had a laugh about this already. How is Nate getting 18 points and Nicky getting 4? Do you know how bad that is? Because look, all right, at least me and JC respectable numbers there and stuff. Dan and the guest, 8 is a good score on any given week. Yeah, it's actually a decent score. 4.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, the thing is, I'm not going to say anything too outrageous because let's say Rich is in this same situation next season. Then what? Nicky's going to come back and find these receipts.
It could be any of us, in fairness, but it's just when you contrast the points I got that week to the ones he got, and bear in mind, I was very, very peeved that I didn't put 2-0 Palace. I was like, I'm triggered. I got a point, but I could have been 21 points.
Yeah, I won't lie, Nate. It's not out of the realms of possibility for you to win this.
Yeah, but I need like a proper masterstroke, and I don't. I'm just happy that I've clawed it back because there was a few weeks where I was struggling. Like I was getting just oranges. I wasn't even getting any greens. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah,
what's going on? I don't like this.
100%.
And then a certain someone was like, oh, it's somebody's destiny to finish second. And I went, oh, is it? Okay, come back to me at game 38 and we'll see who finishes second. You know, like that. Because I was thinking, interesting. Okay, we'll revisit that one and see who finishes second.
100%.
I just got money down, forgot. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That means I can open up a bit of a space between me and Dan. It's like, oh, sweet.
Lovely, jubbly. But yeah, we're looking forward to that. And obviously then Sunday we've got the game and such, fan cams, and then straight off to Gravity. It's going to be a wicked week.
It's going to be. I mean, I'm flying on Thursday, so I'm looking forward to that because I'm on annual leave now, so I don't have to hear the word Lewis until I jump on the tram on Thursday to go to the airport. Great.
I hear that. All right, but guys, listen. As per usual, like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bells, all of that. You don't want to miss what's coming up this week, especially that chip challenge.
Oh, definitely.
Right? Especially that
At
next
his
Saturday.
house.
Oh yeah, we're raiding the yard. We don't care.
All right, Nicky's taste buds.
We're just turning it up. And I've also messaged Patrick his forfeit. Like, we're not going to reveal anything just yet. If he so happens to still be bottom as well, so he knows what he's going to be doing. All right, peeps. JC, Nate, pleasure as always. And for the community. Up the palace. He goes.